Yeah, the Dragon Knight's interesting to me. He has a really bad win rate at the moment. He's got like one of the lowest pick rates and one of the lowest win rates.
10 seconds remaining.
But like I don't think there's any obvious reason why. Maybe it's because of some of the heroes that are popular at the moment. Like OD is pretty popular, and OD just gives DK a really hard time, that kind of a thing. But I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more Dragon Knight. But J.Storm just going by the book here.
I mentioned one of these two heroes, but they picked both. And not a big fan. You can't make rotations with Wyvern and Keeper of the Light. With Wyvern, you have a setup. With Keeper of the Light, it's much harder, especially since you have a Baron. So from what I see, J.Storm also wants to like group up, take things by force. But I'm not a big fan of no stun lineup.
Yeah, I guess there's some anti-synergy here as well, right? Like if you curse, but then you also blinding light, not only could you potentially knock people away, but also you're giving them mischance, which is not really what you want, right? So
yeah, that's a great point.
It's a little bit weird.
5
Yeah,
seconds.
we'll have to see how this works out. Normally, I would look at this, like the Coddle and the Wyvern, and you can say, okay, they got a ton of really good deep push. Maybe they're just trying to go late, but I don't know how you would want to beat the Mag Jug late. That seems risky to try and play against the Magnus lineup going ultra late game.
They also have a great ways of dealing how Gambit is playing. 2 deep push. You have Keeper of the Light and Wyvern, so you can't really just group up. There's going to be a ton of magical damage. So I'd love to see some kind of a pipe carrier inside of Gambit. If it's Mag position 3, he might build into it. If it's Mag 4, you still need an offlaner.
10 seconds remaining.
Huh.
So this is safe lane Night Stalker, I guess.
It's a safe lane Night Stalker, yes.
Admiral
And now
Kunkka.
Kunkka coming in. So a lot of damage reduction. How do we forget about Kunkka, actually? Talking about like mid lane heroes that use the Empower.
We were talking about smart stuff. Kunkka,
Yeah.
I think everyone pretty much knows what Kunkka is doing, how strong he is. I can't believe that Kunkka actually had Tidebringer
10
on
seconds
denies.
remaining.
Yeah.
He was picked way less back then.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, it's crazy to me how much better people have gotten at some of the Kunkka stuff as well. Like, I imagine we'll probably be seeing it a little bit this game, but the stacking with Torrent as well. Like, they're on the Radiant. He's got Crystal Maiden on his team, so why would you just not make a 20 Ancient stack with Torrent? Like, why not? There's literally no reason not to.
Why stop at 20?
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
I think there's a cap. I don't think you can stack it infinitely.
Well, I think eventually there's just going to be more creeps than the AoE of Torrent. I think that's your problem. But at that point, you know, you'll quite happily farm that up, take your few thousand gold and build an item. I know that people like playing Kunkka against the Night Stalker as well. The X kind of helps keep him back. You just don't want Night Stalker up in your face, right? That's the big issue. When he's right up in your face and just munching on your supports, then that's when you're in big danger. But Kunkka can at least try and control him a little bit, buy you a little bit of space.
10
And the
seconds
thing about
remaining.
Night Stalker in this game is that he does not have a hero to play with. Like,
5
a Baron
seconds
can't
remaining.
shield him up, he goes in, but it's pretty much a solo mission because Wyvern and Keeper of the Light will not follow it up. They're two squishy supports. Wyvern will be played as 4, I assume, more item dependent.
Man, this is a super. These drafts are super meta on both sides. Like these are so many meta picks on both teams. Is Magnus 3?
It looks like Magnus 3, but they can also swap
10
things
seconds
around.
remaining.
I saw Mirana being played as a mid, and they are bringing Moose, not Moose, but Moo Timbersaw.
Oh,
Okay, it's gonna be 9
yeah, it's
actually.
9
All right,
playing it.
all right.
And I know that Moo is known for his Timber, but that's not going to be the case this game. Okay, so this is this is the Kunkka counter, in theory. We'll see how it works out in practice. There could be some rotations coming in from the Mirana, potentially. Building damage for J.Storm is weird. I think they do have enough. They've got a lot of magical damage as well. So I can imagine pipe or something being built up somewhere on this Gambit roster. But very different draft this time around compared to games 1 and 2 in this series.
The only stun they have is mini stun from Night Stalker.
Yeah, and ultis. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think they might just get... Actually, I guess the other thing is that they have... Oh, they do have the curse. Maybe that's part of why they picked the Wyvern here, is they wanted something that could interrupt spin TP. Because if playing against Jug, when you have no way to threaten spin TP...
It always feels bad.
It's actually the most annoying thing in the world. Because Jug just sits next to your base. He's like farming your jungle, sitting behind your tier 2, hitting your creeps. And if you ever go over to even look at him, he's just like, bye. See ya. I'm gonna go farm somewhere else. So they at least have someone to deal with
it seems like J.Storm's lineup wants to group up, have a lot of builds, Timbersaw, a lot of regions. Someone's definitely gonna need to buy a Spirit Vessel in this game, and I think they need it earlier. So I would assume GPK will be building it. Because against Wyvern, even though you're playing against Abaddon, so he can just purge it off with the Photic Shield, but you definitely need to have it.
Yeah, just to be able to... Even, you want to force the Aphotic Shield in like a less useful way, so then you can maybe get an arrow, or use some of your other disables in a more productive way.
Mirana can also build into one, but it's not gonna come that quickly. And Timbersaw might just explode at that point, so you want to have it way earlier. Also, you have Empower in your team, which will allow Juggernaut to scale, and you will also have a lot of
Brax dead.
Tidebringer.
Alright,
Brax
shield.
gone.
Yeah, he's dead. That's first blood for Dream. Tried to face check that hill. Does not have the ultimate yet, obviously, and there you go. Gets brought down.
That's the Dream start for Gambit.
I know that so I think both of the previous games, the way that Gambit have started is that they've had the 2 supports playing with the offlaner and taking the runes there. This game around, this time they mix it up. So I think they ran up onto the high ground just trying to check out what was going on and did not expect both supports to be at bottom. Let's see what happens over here at top. Shot slow, is he gonna try and get both of them? Moo, don't get cliffed. And that means that Moo is actually gonna get both here.
Oh. He's still gonna die.
Yeah,
Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire, Dream, one more hit, but the horseman is fast. Gonna pop a salve.
HP.
FNG.
Fear Fire.
Very value. Fear comes in with the blind. Alright, trying to help out Brax a little bit more. The arrow is off cooldown. Brax is gonna have to dodge it, I suppose. Maybe they can get one more Crystal Nova. Brax wants to try and TP out as well. Maybe? What is happening here? They're just chasing him around. He's gonna turn around and go for some damage onto FNG. Vampire realizing that he has to come and help, maybe. Alright, now he comes in with some auto attacks. Brax is still fighting. This is very awkward. Alright, point blank arrow, not really doing anything. FNG, Mango, get rid of that shield. Vampire wants to finish this kill. Few more auto attacks. And that's the end of it. Alright. Brax not willing to waste the salve just to survive one more attack and then have to limp.
It's really not worth it. He wants to TP back to the bottom lane, and Vampire already TPing top.
Oh,
right.
It was a nice attempt.
Yeah, if he lands that arrow, Keeper of the Light is probably dead. Skewer back, closer to the tower, into the creep wave. I don't think even Blinding Light would save him there.
So how much does this counter pick actually matter at mid? Like, doesn't GPK just, like we were talking about, just stack a bunch with Torrent and then jungle and not really care too much?
Well, the thing about Kunkka is that he doesn't have that many bad matchups, and even if he feels threatened at level 4, will have 1 point in X. CP's back home. Also, Arcane Aura will help him a lot to secure the range creeps with the Torrent, Harass, stacked as you mentioned. So he should be fine.
Yeah, and so far he's doing quite well, in fact. I mean, of course things are going to change now that Timbersaw has picked up his second point in reactive armor, so not really able to pressure him. Spin at bottom, Braxton a little bit of danger, does not have the point in misquote to deny himself if it comes to that. FNG needs to try and get into the trees, Moose still chasing him down. FNG, one more auto attack's gonna do it. He has to fog this the entire time. Brax is also gonna come in here and look for him, and he spotted him. Chops down his tree. Yeah. Kills him and gives him the tip.
Yeah, GPK is playing well, playing between tier 1 and tier 2 tower when he can.
Oh,
So
okay,
he's
so he
not
just
really
went
threatened by
cut that
9.
next
Yeah.
wave. Oh, okay, that's smart.
Because he saw 9 with the Orb of Venom, Boots of Speed. That's the kill build.
For sure, he just wants to run him down. Moves, little side pull here. Nice, get some denies going. Well, GPK now in a little bit of an awkward spot. We'll be able to use the torrent to open up a little bit more space. And yeah, just gonna keep this sort of backlaning shenanigans going. Doesn't actually have to fight the Timbersaw head on if he keeps doing this. And if he's ever really in danger, he can just TP, so. What's happening, top? A little bit of damage getting traded.
Now he needs the TP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, and 9 also mangoes to be able to TP. Alright. Interesting, interesting.
Instantly buys another mango.
Dota's a cool game. I mean, he needs multiple Whirling Deaths to kill him, so. And GPK, what's he faring? Just some more salves. 9. They don't have any mana left, so. Alright, this is just going to be some damage from the tower. GPK kind of blocking him in here. How far away is that mango? Courier's on its way. Did salve just get cancelled? Oh no. 9's waiting for it. Here comes the courier, GPK.
Here comes mango.
Mango, Whirling Death. It's not enough. We missed a kill elsewhere, but this is definitely where we want to keep our eyes. They're both on a sliver of HP. 9's coming back in. He's got another Whirling Death. GPK trying to juke him. Now the Crystal Maiden's here along with Vampire. The supports have finally arrived. And they'll bring down the Timbersaw.
Debated.
Oh,
they even used
no.
bottle to fill Kanka's HP and mana. This is not how you want to start a game with Timbersaw. Like, Kanka is 10 CS ahead of you and has 1 less death than you. Timbersaw's not the hero that wants to play from behind.
Oh. Brax getting aggressive on Dream, but the supports are here. Okay, Whiffed Arrow wouldn't really have mattered too much anyway with the shield. Brax taking a lot of damage, but he's got stick charges. Wants this kill on Vampire. One more hit, and the nuke brings him down. And this is a battle for the bounty runes, in fact. Brax and Moo's going to try and stick around a little bit longer, but it looks like FNG and Dream might be able to get it. They actually get the Splitter Blast over onto FNG, looking like he might be dead here. Dream spins soon, but is it soon enough to try and chase down Moose?
He has no boots.
Can't do it. Now what's Kunkka doing? He's still backlaning mid.
Now he changed his position from between tier 1 and tier 2. To tier 3 and tier 2 and lost the courier as well.
Oh, nice sidestep.
Burned Chakram, alright.
Alright. Gets knocked back into him. I think he's dead. Yeah, there you go. Double Whirling Death. Doesn't even need the Chakram to land. Dodge this. Alright, well, did he boat the wave as well? Is that why boat is on cooldown?
I believe so, because he didn't really deal any damage to Timbersaw.
New meta. But yeah, no stacking happening. I guess that's the one slight concern with this strategy. They're not going to have that big fat ancient stack to fall back on. So far early game looking, actually, I guess it's fairly even across the board actually, though J.Storm definitely winning on the net worth, 2k ahead already.
Oh, this ward will get rewarded near their shrine. It's being pinged out by Kanka. 2 sentries, 3 observer wards from Marana.
And this is gonna be, I feel like this is gonna be a weird game. Like Marana and CM are just kind of rotating everywhere. There's lots of jungling happening already. Nice arrow at mid. 9 thought that he was unkillable, but was not expecting this 3-man gank from 2 different angles. And he gets brought down. They've got enough magical damage to kill him. He needs to show a bit of respect.
There's a lot of items in his career. It might actually save him. That's a full soul ring, so some extra strength, plus a bracer. And also a magic stick. Yeah, definitely he would have lived there. Also the magic resistance that he would get from the strength and the bracer. Well, someone's getting kicked for using the courier.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Yeah, what's it? It's got Fear's Windlace on it. But I don't know if he was the one using it.
Night Stalker was using it, but I don't know who was keeping it in the base.
Yeah, Timber definitely, especially when you're playing a hero like Timber, right, where your early game is kind of balanced on knife edge. You have to, you need to be playing really aggressively. You need all these little items as fast as possible. It's just the common wisdom for the mid lane. So 9 is farming a little bit over the side. GPK happy to use the boat.
There's the boat.
Yep, ultimate Popeye Moo up top. Skewer back from shot slow, but he does not have the RP available. Nothing that he can do to stop this kill. They are TPing the Jug up here. Alright, Dream not interested in sticking around the bottom.
Night Stalker almost 25 denies on top of the network right now. He's gonna be the huge problem because you can't really itemize against Night Stalker. We'll get a lot of levels, so crippling fear. It's the only way to itemize against it is buy some 4 staffs or buy a BKB. These are not the heroes that want to buy BKB early on.
And he's gonna farm a ton and do a ton of damage with the Ags plus Chakra. That's the other thing. 9 getting dragged back in here, but Fear is ready to help protect. I don't think he's going down. 4 points in the reactive armor. Yeah, this is not gonna happen again. So this is looking like J.Storm should be able to take out this tier 1 tower nice and easy. Mirana, not all that farmed. FNG, super struggling, just barely has boots to his name here. They are trying to stack a little bit, but J.Storm also on top of that, coming in, blocking out the Ancients. So it really seems like J.Storm have a really good read on this game.
Yeah, also bottom lane is being pushed in. Just 1 point in Curse is more than enough to get extra attack speed and bring down the tower. Arrow connects on the mid lane, but there's really no follow-up.
Yeah, Shacho's still getting pressured. Brax just having a completely free time down here. Going for the Vlads first. There's the item choice. So they're even going to have a really good early timing on J.Storm. And I'm a bit worried about this Magnus. Like, I don't really feel like this Magnus is going to be doing a whole lot for the next little bit. Like, he doesn't have a lot of farm.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough farm, so he will be farming himself. This is the first time he'll be popping Empower on Juggernaut, 10-minute mark. Also, as you mentioned, there was no stacking. You have Kanka with the built-in cleave. You have Mag, so whoever stacks can easily clear it up. Kanka has that urn finished, building towards Spirit Vessel as we expected, but Timbersaw already has the Old Scepter queued up, getting really close to him. They took down the tier 1 tower on mid, tier 1 tower on the bottom, so that's some extra gold for him. We'll have ways to dispel it.
Dream hoping that he can get out of here with the Moonlight Shadow. He's doing okay. Juke's back the opposite way. Oh, they got the sentry down. Looks like they've realized where he is and gets sniped out by the shotgun. Sorry about the... I mixed up the flag thing again. I'm not used to having an overlay that replaces the team logos. So it's
sorry, Basekeep, you need to step up a bit.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
This is major.
It is. This is the big stage. You know, you're here to carry me though, Lacoste, right? That's what this is about.
Well, I can't carry you if you do so much stupid stuff. You know, I mean.
All right. I'll step it up. No more mistakes. We got another series as well. I'll just make sure that it's right for the rest of it.
Radiant's top tower is under
Anywho,
attack.
what's going on here? J.Storm just rallying behind their Timbersaw. Gambit, seemingly not a whole lot that they can really do. Just okay, they're gonna arrow some catapults.
9 try to block it.
He definitely should have. He's not gonna die if he gets arrowed.
He saw it a bit late.
It came just out of the trees, unfortunately.
Radiant's top tower
So they do have, I mean, the Radiant have vision up here, but it doesn't really matter.
Radiant's
Nine gonna
top
get that
tower
last
is
hit,
falling.
goes straight into a Yule's. So nice to have against
Oh, they just spotted the
X.
stack.
Can they do anything
Can
about
they
it?
do Wyvern, Chakram, Whirling that should be enough.
Jug is spinning it, but he's being rooted up by the Prowlers. Nine's gonna keep on fighting. They are kiting back to their shrine. Kunkka with the cleave. Who's gonna get these last hits? They put down the Will-O-Wisp.
Oh,
are they gonna
big
try and kill
Will-O-Wisp.
it? They're getting knocked back in. Boat coming out. What will it connect on? Brax just getting healed because of that. Huge Winter's Curse catching on to 3. That's gonna bring down the Crystal Maiden. GPK also dead. Finished off by the Whirling Death. Dream gonna try with the Omni Slash, but it's just getting split up. Nobody on J.Storm dying. Looks like Moose almost goes down, but saved in the nick of time by his own Cold Embrace. Juggernaut going to get Yule's up into the air. He does have a spin TP to escape, so he's going to be okay, but that is a 2-for-0 trade. J.Storm, Empire's given them some vision here, but doesn't really have the mana to do anything, and 9 is still the problem.
RP at this point.
He's losing some life. He does get in amongst the Ancients to get his stacks back up. They've got the healing ward. This is a super awkward fight. Everybody's getting pushed around everywhere. Splinter Blast coming out, and now Night Stalkers finally arrived to put an end to this. Moo wants some kills. They're going to skewer 9 under the tower, but I don't think he cares about being there, and down goes Shotchlow. They also lose the Crystal Maiden. Vampire trying to escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Night Stalker owns the skies.
Run out of the map. It's not very effective.
That doesn't work. Still have to play this Dota game, unfortunately. GPK throws out the boat, but will immediately get Yule's, trying to get that TP out. He's also going to end up falling here. Double kill for 9. He's got a full Spirit Vessel, but 0 charges to his name. And
they got baited by that huge stack. Like, we need to fight here, and Timbersaw will gladly go in, get some armor stacks, and look at the amount of heal it had got. Cold Embrace, you have 4 points in Aphotic Shield, 3 in Mist Coil. Also, if he uses Chakra on him, there's gonna be another Aphotic Shield.
Man, FNG.
Also, Kunkka has... FNG is just gone. There's gonna be another death of FNG. Spirit Vessel is completed, but since they didn't score any kills, which means no charges on it.
Well, things are looking pretty bad, Lacoste.
Well, depends which team you're rooting for.
That's true, yeah.
Biased caster right there.
Are you cheering for your buddy Fear?
Well, I have a lot of buddies here, so I'm gonna stay neutral.
Ah, right. All the biases just cancel out. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Well, Invis Rune. No, Moo's not gonna let him have it. This Winter Wyvern already has a Blink Dagger. Alright, well, that spin's not gonna help you now, buddy. Dream getting locked down. 2 ultimates used just to kill the opposing carry. J.Storm sending a message. Get out of my game. Brax popping his ultimate to dive FNG under this tower. 9 wants the kill instead. And what 9 wants, he gets. Takes that kill.
Yeah, it's slowly falling apart for them. Mag at least has RP
Slowly.
at this point. I mean, I'm not gonna say slowly because they're running them over. Now it's their time to fight. There's gonna be 5 minutes of the darkness. All the items are there for them. Aghanim Scepter just finished on the Night Stalker.
Needs to get the vision so they can actually avoid all those creeps. Yeah, this is looking scary at this point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, I keep clicking on Magnus thinking like, oh, maybe he'll be close to Blink. Nah.
Well, maybe he has it on the courier.
Here, I'll check.
Top tower is under
No.
No. Well, J.Storm just gonna keep on sieging. Why would they not? They've got their Night Stalker farming in the background as well as the insurance policy. Dream leading them on a merry chase. Fear runs back to his team to try and tank up this Omni Slash. And tank up the Omni Slash they will. Dream now with the spin. They want this Keeper of the Light killed. Curse coming out. They will end up losing the Keeper of the Light. Night Stalker's running over as quickly as he can. 9 losing quite a lot of HP. Doesn't have the full stacks. Abaddon ulti already used. And J.Storm maybe getting a bit too confident taking the 4v5. Will end up
there was
losing
no
2
Night
heroes.
Stalker in that fight, and they definitely need at least AoE silence, only level 1, just to stop any kind of combo that they want to pull off. And here's also their damage. Like, without the Night Stalker, they don't have enough damage. Especially if they take out one of the supports.
Yeah,
So building into these tanky items, I think it's the correct choice. Getting the mech, also Guardian Greaves at one point, which will allow you to have a second/third dispel with the Photic Shield and Dual Scepter.
Yeah,
but
he's going to be so hard to kill at that point. What do they need to do? They just gotta hope that they can hold the high ground, right? This tier 2 seems very difficult to defend. Oh, shots are just gonna walk straight into them. Silenced up, chakrams. Don't bother wasting the shrine. Just Gambit having to play some like crazy Dota at this point. Just cutting waves. Keep on farming on the jug. He's going for a Diffusal Blade. He's gonna do some decent damage, but like you said, the survivability on J.Storm is just growing so quickly.
They're not afraid to pop 2 ultis, Wyvern Curse, plus Will-O-Wisp just to get 1 kill. Because they understand that their ganking potential is really not there. So they need to heavily commit. The thing is, Juggernaut will not be able to split push and do his shenanigans since he's playing against Wyvern, who has a Blink Dagger and can position himself well with the BKB piercing ability.
Yeah, that's not free. He was farming over on the dire side of the map, but Night Stalker came and found him and just couldn't afford to wait. Spin's still on cooldown for a little bit, so 9 gonna put some damage onto him. Doesn't really have to worry too much about mana with the constant chakra spam. FNG locking down 9, but still has the mech, still has the Yules. He's gonna be fine. They do drag him back into this arrow, but they've got the shield waiting from Brax. Crystal Maiden tries to throw out the ultimate in the trees, but those trees instantly disappear courtesy of the Keeper of the Light
is the real Timbersaw with his ulti.
Jug does get the spin off. He's gonna be okay. Vampire leaping up out of the high ground, but Moo is still chasing. Now the Yules on the Jug, looking for the lockdown. They've got the Silence. Force Staff gets him a little bit further away, but now they've lost 2. Shotzo gonna skewer in towards the fountain, but just gets him back into his own base. Kunkka's farming in the meantime, not even willing to come back and help his team. Knows that he can't really.
Yeah, seems like Brax is not having fun. Snore in the old chat.
Just pressing Miscoil and a Photic Shield over and over. It's not that fun, but winning Dota certainly is a good time. Better than what happened to them in the first game, that's for sure. Man, Night Stalker's talents are so good. 200 health and then 15 strength.
Yeah, suddenly you're sitting at the 3000 HP. So 20-minute mark, they could slow down a little bit since there's gonna be 5 minutes of daytime.
Yeah, they're just gonna build up these aura items, right? Maybe you get the full Crimson, finish up the Greaves and the Timber, get the BKB on the Night Stalker. He's farming super quickly. And number 1 and number 2 on net worth are the Night Stalker and the Timber. Magnus just going for a Vlad's. That's the plan here. The Gambit draft just has not come together at all, right? We don't have a super farmed Jug. The Empower hasn't been all that useful. Kunkka's just been shut down by this Timbersaw pick. FNG's getting run at. He looks very dead. Yeah, they got an arrow down. Will-O-Wisp's there. GPK throws out the boat, but he's already lost half of his HP. Just getting auto-attacked. On the other side, Shotzo's trying to run away. GPK should be the next one to fall, but Moo is staying right on top of Shotzo. Do they have any other way to interrupt this? Nope.
GPK gets denied. Didn't even want to pop a BKB in that fight because he understood that the fight is over. Like, he can BKB and TP out, but I'm not even sure it's worth it.
But then he's basically dead for longer, right? He can be dead for 70 seconds without having BKB, or he can be dead for 30 seconds and just respawn. So may as well just take the respawn. But with that, J.Storm head straight into Roshan. They do have the Dark Ascension available if they really need it. Moo's going to be picking up a gem next. J.Storm really understand their timing at this point of the game. And yeah.
Moo's bought the gem, and also Night Stalker has one queued up.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So they definitely want to take over the game, get all the vision removed, also have the true sight for Moonlight Shadow, and just take it slowly from there. They're gonna wait for next 2.5, 3 minutes
This Roshan's so
to turn into
slow.
nighttime. Yeah, no, I mean,
Fallen to the dire.
Well, now they have an Aegis Night Stalker. Good stuff.
it seems like a slow and painful death for Gambit in this one. It's tough. They don't have ways to come back into the game. There's no big items coming on their side. Kanka just finished his BKB. You have Magnus with just freshly bought Vlad, so that means that he's not gonna land any big RPs. Even if he did, there's way too many stuff to actually counter the RP.
Yeah, this is what happens when you first pick the mag overall, right? And J.Storm just took all the heroes that they wanted to counter it. 9 just saunters up onto the high ground. He's challenging Gambit to see if they can do anything about him, but really does not seem like they can.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, they can watch him slowly siege their base.
They
try
could
to
call
make
GG as
stuff
well.
happen. I mean, it's not the call yet. I mean, you should
You
try.
still try.
Make something happen. He's gonna use the boat to clear the creep wave.
Oh, wait, do they know that FNG is back here? Why are they running at him? Alright. Oh, he's oh, they're glyphing their wave so that FNG can't kill it with his ultimate.
Dire's bottom
Oh
tower
my
is under
god.
attack.
Gambit are in full desperation strats at this point. They've caught out the Jug over on the other side. Oh, he couldn't get the spin off in time. Dream brought down by Moo. Vampire coming over now. Do they have? Oh, they've got the gem. They're right on top of it. Tries for the TP out. It's going to be successful. Back in their base, however, Shotslow's dead. GPK pops the BKB and has to TP out to his own fountain from inside of his base. If you needed any indication of how this game is going, that is going to be it.
They don't have to ever go heal on J.Storm with this amount of sustain that they got.
Yeah, they can just keep pumping out shields, keep pumping out
Free
heals.
mana from Keeper of the Light, free HP from Wyvern, Guardian Greaves. I mean, it's not free, but it costs mana.
But they have plenty. And with that, Lane of Rax getting lined up. Gambit waiting to rally all of their forces. They've got the Magnus back up. They can get these empowers out. Dream was just waiting for it. He walks in here. Spins now. A little bit of damage onto 9. He's still got the Yules. He's still got the Greaves. Jump forward from the Magnus, but he can't get the RP off. He's been silenced. Omni Slash onto move, but immediately countered. It just bounces onto the creep wave. Chochlow's dead next. Nice Winter's Curse over onto the Crystal Maiden. Do they have the Blinky Light? They do not. FNG is about to be brought down. 9 still just waiting through everything. Kunkka's BKB coming back off cooldown. GPK could pop it, but he's extremely low. Vampire, we just need one more nuke from this Night Stalker. He does get caught by the Torrent. Another buyback coming in now. FNG, not even a second of his ultimate as it instantly gets canceled. Dieback from him, and that is a GG called as J.Storm get the reverse sweep. They lost game 1 in 15 minutes, but they will be the ones to win the series.
Yeah, they realized what they did wrong in the game number 1. They pretty much beat Gambit in game 3 with the same force, I would say. Didn't try too hard. It was pretty much over after what 8 to 10 minute mark. The game was not going anywhere. J.Storm, I was a bit worried for the two supports, the lack of stuns, but they just grouped up. A lot of sustain, a lot of heal. Night Stalker can do whatever he wants. Also, Juggernaut popped the ulti. It's really hard to play Juggernaut in this kind of a game where you need to use a good Omni Slash to get a kill, but there's no way. Timbersaw is dying, Night Stalker's not dying, there's a Winter Wyvern with the heal, Abaddon, you need to be careful whether he has ulti or not, so pretty tough spot you're in, and I would say this third game was a bit of outdraft. Not a big fan of this position 3 Magnus to start with, especially how they usually play. I don't think it fits their play style.
Yeah, and I have to say that I was a little bit. I was totally on board with you in the draft, saying that, and I agree that like Wyvern plus Keeper of the Light is a really weird support duo. But at the
It's
same
fine.
time,
I mean, I'm okay with it if you have low cooldown stun on an off lane, something like a Sanking. Then you don't need. But I've seen it multiple times. Sanking doesn't have a good game. You just shut him down. You realize that he is your like win condition, not in terms of having the most net worth, but the playmaking win condition, I'd say. And you shut him down, and then they can't make any kind of a move because he doesn't have a blink dagger. But overall, what J.Storm did feels pretty good. So let me just check if we know who's gonna be playing against J.Storm in the winners bracket. That's the game we're covering, right?
yes.
Not winners bracket, but winners.
The winners match for group for this group. Yeah, I'm not sure if Beast Coast versus IG is finished.
It's not complete. At least on Wikipedia, it still says 1-0
Wikipedia is,
for
but
IG.
I don't see the game in the tournament tab, so I'm not sure if it maybe it hasn't. Has it started or did it just finish? It may have just finished. Let's. Oh yeah, I can see the match details now. Okay, so IG won. So the next series is going to be IG versus J.Storm. So we'll be back for that. But yeah, the Wyvern, I have to say, played really well as well. And like you said, I think it ultimately comes down to a drafting problem. They picked 2 cores in the first phase, and then they just let the enemy team have all of their remaining picks to counterpick those 2 cores, right? Like, we saw 0 RPs, and we saw multiple Omnislash just get blocked by Cold Embrace. So it felt like...
he used 1 RP on a Baron, but it was pretty much a dead Baron anyway. So it's tough, because you are playing against the Night Stalker, you're playing against basically 3 of the best heroes in the game against RP, Wyvern, Keeper of the Light with his ulti, and Abaddon as well. You can spot the ulti, remove one of the stuns, and heal up whoever is caught inside of it. It's a pretty tough game to start with if you're trying to picture the viewpoint from Gambit side how to win a game.
Yeah, and when they play that fast as well, the Empower doesn't do anything, right? To me, so often it feels like Magnus is just you're just picking him for the Empower, and if you can win the game in the first like 15 minutes, then the Empower is just not going to be relevant, right? It doesn't matter if Jug has a Yasha and Empower. He's not going to be scary. So, props to J.Storm. They're moving on. Gambit, not completely done just yet, of course. Still have the opportunity to even make the upper bracket side of the playoffs, but it's going to be a harder path for them. We're going to head to a break. I imagine that the next lobby is getting fired up pretty quickly. I'll give you guys updates in chat as to how many people are in the lobby and whatnot, and how quickly we'll be in there. But thank you for watching, and we'll be back for that winner bracket match in just a couple of minutes. See you then.